Are you one that feel like you don't have purpose? You don't even know why you exist. You've been here for so long. For one, you have the ability to dream. I'm sure there's a dream in your heart. I'm sure there are ideas that has conjured up inside of you. I'm sure you're one that has made plans at one point in your life, and yet you feel like because you haven't accomplished any of those things, or you're not even close to achieving any of those things, then maybe purpose is not for you. Well, purpose is not always obvious. Purpose is not something that's just discovered. Purpose is something that you walk into when you're on the right path. If you feel like you're one, just like when I was young, we used to catch these lighting bugs in a jar. If you're in a jar, then you're confined. There's no way out. However, while you are in that jar, that lighting bug at some point is still light up. And even if you are in this place and you feel like you are confined, you feel like being in that jar, you feel like you're in exile. It being in that jar, you feel like you're in captivity. I want you to know, first thing first, if nothing is visible to you and hasn't been for so long, then God always tells us to cry out and to seek him, to approach God's throne first and foremost before we approach anything else in this world to try to find out what our purpose is and what we're called to do. There is a way of escape. God did not create you to live in captivity. He did not create you to live in bondage. He did not create you to be jarred in. You are a light that cannot be hidden. And if you are one that you are fully aware of what your purpose is, God bless you. Continue to keep growing. But I want you to understand that there are people that don't know. So if you have a role and you know exactly what it is, if you are a mother, if you are a father, that's purpose. If you are one that works in the educational department, that's purpose. Whatever your endeavor is, whatever your career is, that's purpose. That means that you have a voice that you can help train and you can help teach someone that may have been born into a family and that family loved them to the best of their ability. However, they did not have enough they didn't have what it takes to pour into them or to train them or to mold them, right? And so because of that, they have counted themselves out. But we all are given something that is uniquely crafted inside of us. Despite of where you come from, of what you were born into, God is still calling you. It is not too late. I don't care how long you've been here. If you're listening to this message, then it is not too late for you. And God is calling you. And I just want you to know that despite what you've gone through, those things never define you. And I know you probably heard that so many times. I know it sounds so cliche, but it is the truth. And one thing about the truth, it sets you free. It's only cliche if that's the way you hear it, if that's the way that you perceive it. But what if you really sat down and you really absorbed those words and you took it in, and that was your stepping stone? You took it in and that became your strength. Can I also tell you, there are a lot of things that the enemy, he observes, and he knows that there's something great inside of you. Has it ever occurred to you that you keep going through so many things because there is something special about you? The enemy doesn't fight you if there's nothing to you. Yes, I know you may feel like, well, I don't have this, I haven't accomplished that. Have it ever occurred to you that there is something that is hidden in plain sight that is keeping you in a place of bondage, that is keeping you refuge, that is holding you up from purpose, that is making you feel meaningless, making you feel like life is just, life doesn't need me. What do I have to offer? You have everything to offer, more than you care to realize. There are things that, again, we may have never asked for, but even in our upbringing, things that have become familiar to us. Have you ever been raised up and there are certain habits and there are certain patterns that you find to be normal, but then when you go around other people, you realize, like, you know, this is not so normal, this is abnormal. You may have been raised in a family where they don't necessarily tell you I love you verbally. They don't necessarily hug you, embrace you, and pour into you, but then you just have to know and figure out that they love me based off of how they show their love. It may be, I provide for you, I put food on the table. Though we're grateful for those things, though we're very thankful for those things, but sometimes it takes more. And when you try to express yourself to the people that made you feel unloved, then sometimes it angers them, or they don't understand that I took care of you, I did you know, what I could to the best of my ability. And you're not taking that away from them. You're just saying that, yeah, I needed a little more. I needed love. I needed some training. I needed some teaching. Sometimes it's just, you feel like you don't have a voice. You feel like, you know, you're not being heard. But I am saying all of that to say this, and it's not to pass judgment on whoever it is that was not able to give you what you needed. I am saying this because there is a way of escape. You are that lighting bug. You have a light, but there's a way of escape, because you only stay confined when you continue to play those narratives over in your head, when you continue to try to figure out why I didn't get what I needed, because people can only give you what they have to give. And that's, you just have to accept the truth. And once you accept the truth will allow you to escape that jar. The truth will allow you to escape that confinement. And then that lighting that you see while you are in that place of confinement, why it feels like you were in exile, that same light you're going to spread all over the world. But make sure that it's pure. Make sure that you explain that some people can only give you what they have. They can't pour from empty cups. They can't teach you what they didn't know. They can't mold you or train you what they didn't see at that particular time. But because you do, now you can love, now you can teach, now you can train. And just from that moment of exile, just from that moment of confinement, just from that moment of captivity, you can take that. You can build an endeavor. You can build an organization. You can build a business. It is your hardships that gives you a blueprint. It is your hardships that builds a foundation for you. Thank God for the hard times. Thank God for the difficulties. I know it was rough. I know it was tedious, but those are the things that you will take with you and to build upon, where you get your strength. But make sure that while you are building upon that, make sure that you are also getting healing. Sometimes healing is not always noticeable. Sometimes healing is not always detectable. We feel like because we moved on and we're doing well with our lives, but can I tell you that some of that residue still lives inside of you and it still controls your behavior? Make sure that you are getting the proper healing that you need, because otherwise it will become a hidden force that controls your behavior. It will become a part of your traits. It will create patterns and all of these things, and you'll find yourself back in that jar. And you keep trying to figure out, why do I keep ending up here? There's a cycle that has to be broken, and it is being made known to you now, so that you can continue to go forward. And you don't have to keep saying that next year is going to be my year. Next year is going to be my year. Next year is going to be my year. And it seemed like that year never come. Can I tell you that next year is going to be your year? Because God is getting ready to expose hidden and concealed habits, traits, and patterns and things of old. And he's breaking you free from old narratives so that you can escape. And that light is not confined to a jar, but the world is going to see the light that is inside of you. God bless you. Happy holidays. I love you. Be safe.